Well, we want to thank you for joining us here on the AccuWeather Network as we continue to cover not only the cold that's worked through the nation, but the snow that's still falling for many. Check out some of the numbers, though, through parts of the south. Oklahoma City, 5 degrees, 15 in Little Rock. We're at 14 in Dallas. We're even in the mid-40s in Houston and still falling at this point in time. So through the night, some of these numbers are going back near and below freezing. 32 in Houston, but Dallas 14 with some of that frozen precipitation coming down, and Little Rock, you're looking at snow. So things are getting messy out there. Let's take you to Arkansas. We do have some icy reports here, and even through Texas and Mississippi, we've had some of those reports of either freezing rain or sleet. So we know there are other issues, but as you look at the radar, there's a lot of blue. Not all of this is making it to the ground, especially on the northern fringes, but where you have some of those darker shades of blue mixing in near the I-40 corridor, that's a real problem. Clarksville, by the way, is about 2 hours outside of Little Rock west on Interstate 40, and you can see there's a lot of dark blue on Interstate 40. So that's some of the trouble that we're facing there on that road. Meanwhile, as we head through the rest of the night, you can see that snow still breaking across Tennessee, and it's going to continue to pile up. Unfortunately, there's going to be some really heavy snow potential through parts of Arkansas and northern Mississippi towards southern Tennessee as this wave keeps coming on through. We're still talking about it Monday evening before ultimately the storm system does depart, leave plenty of cold air on the backside, but we will start to dry out a little bit as more Arctic air blasts its way on in. So the snow totals will be ramping up in some locations, and we are looking at as much as 3 to 6 inches there for parts of southern Arkansas, getting into northwestern Mississippi. Places like Memphis really dealing with quite a bit of snow from this storm as it swoops this way on east. And there's ice on the southern side. You've seen where we could at least have a little bit of ice, even places almost just outside of Houston there can have some problems. Towards Austin, we'll be talking about that as we head throughout the rest of the day on Monday, with that moisture still trickling in as the cold air remains. And talk about the cold, it's still here as we go through Monday and into Tuesday, pushing its way through Texas. So a lot of those numbers staying really low. Early Tuesday morning, record challenging low temperatures. We're going down to 4 in Amarillo, 14 in Dallas. So it is going to be really, really chilly to start off here Tuesday. In Dallas, we should be in the mid-50s this time of year. We're going to be holding on to the upper 20s as we head through Tuesday. Let's take you into Vermont, where we'll have a lot of cold on the board in the northeast, but we also have some snow showers departing. A lot of the energy that we saw move through the northeast that produced some rain showers in some locations has since moved offshore, so things are quieting down in that respect. But we still have the cold air coming in over those Great Lakes, and it is chilly, creating lake effect snow. 14 in Buffalo, 10 in Columbus, 1 in Detroit. We're already below freezing in New York City, and we won't really get above freezing as we head throughout the day tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, if you're headed off, maybe doing some service projects for Martin Luther King Day, we have temperatures that are going to be really, really quite chilly. You factor in any little bit of breeze, and AccuWeather real feel values are going to be in the single digits to teens below zero for a good chunk of the northeast. And it doesn't take much wind really to do this. We will have those winds die down a little bit, but the flow over the Great Lakes will continue. We'll continue to get that lake effect snow. You can see most of those snow showers departing here. Things are going to pile up to 2 to 3 feet for the usual spots near the lake shores. So if you are familiar with how some of those flows come with a southwest orientation wind, that's where we'll pick up the snow. Great news is they did move this Buffalo game as they host Pittsburgh to tomorrow. That's when the lake effect snow band will move north of Buffalo itself, and Orchard Park is on the south side. So that will really help out for that game. Cold air in place with your Monday. That doesn't change for us. High pressure in store. We're going to have the snow advancing in on this next storm system. Washington, D.C., you will get snow, possibly breaking your snow drought that we're looking for an inch, and we could do it as we go through Monday into Monday night. Storm system starts to arrive as we go through late Monday into the mid-Atlantic, and then Tuesday working its way into New England. So it's going to take some time here to build, but starting off Monday morning, not a whole lot happening. Even lunchtime Monday, most of it staying through Virginia, southern Delmarva. It's still kind of cutting its way offshore, but we really start to see a push into Washington, D.C. Monday evening. That continues to move through. Philadelphia, you're going to be on that line with mostly snow, maybe a little bit of mixing at the end. Same thing for New York City before the storm departs midday Tuesday there. and then leaves later for Boston as it exits into New England. Snowfall totals, by the way, wide sweeping 1 to 3. Behind all that snowfall that we closed out the week with, you can see some of the numbers. 5 below in Fargo, 10 below in Sioux Falls, same thing for Omaha, and we're at 11 below in Des Moines. Quite cold. And for Iowa, it means no matter the weather, you got to get out and vote, as many are encouraging people to do despite that weather. Sioux City, Iowa, forecasted low to start off here Monday. 20 below. 20 below in is the record, by the way, set back in 2009, and not the only spots in the plains that could be talking about record challenging lows as you start off Monday morning. So it is going to be quite cold as we work our way through the beginning of the week. And Sunday, notice those numbers really very, very chilly here. We've had high temperatures that are still dealing with some of that cold air, and that cold air continues to punch south into Tuesday morning. AccuWeather real field values, we're talking about them being in the single digits below zero to even 20s below zero. So